Hey everyone, how's it going? So what am I working on now? I got a 2017 Honda Pilot, and the customer's complaint is it's running rough, and I'm not kidding, it's running rough. I did a code scan on it. I'm creating a report right now. I don't even know what the codes are. I have the slightest idea, but I don't know if you can hear that. All of a sudden it'll dip down and it'll get very rough. But we have a check engine light that's flashing. Emission system problem, the information light's on because of the check engine light. But I don't know if you could see it. All of a sudden, it'll go into like a little bit of a fit right there, and it starts shaking. The steering wheel actually starts shaking. All right. But anyway, so let's see here. What codes do we actually have in this thing? Rocker arm oil pressure stuck on. Okay. Well, that could do something. And SRS, not really too concerned. Different serial ID. Okay, we're really not too concerned about that. Gauge system. Lost communication. And BCM. Lost communication. Yeah, not concerned with any of that, really. Okay, none of this stuff is really that important for my problem at hand. My biggest concern is this. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is, let me pull to the back of the shop. I want to check the engine oil, make sure this thing's got oil in it, and then I'm going to take it for a ride. But it's just very rough, very rough. Not like Misfire rough though. Just for some reason, this is ringing a little bit of a bell with me on another vehicle. I had a car. Matter of fact, it was a Honda Pilot, and it was doing some weird stuff very similar to this. And it had sheared one of the gears on the cams, on the rear cam. The keyway or something had sheared, and the gear was actually slowly moving on the camshaft, and it was messing up something with the signal for the oil control, because this thing has variable valve timing. You know, I don't know, just trying to think. I don't know how well this thing's been maintained. I can't read the sticker. I mean, it looks like it says 68,454 and it's got 69.6 on it. I don't know. All right, well, let's check the oil and let's see what we actually have there. All right, so I'm just going to check the oil here for the first time. All I'm doing is wiping down the stick. Sorry, I can't do that one-handed. But you can kind of see where the stick's going in. And it is low on oil, not terribly low. Just prop you up here on a wiper blade. It's not terribly low on oil, but it's low. So go on a little bit deeper on that. Oops, there we go. Check it again. It's down about a quart. It's still in the hash mark there, as you can see. So it's not that it's unsafe to drive or anything, but it is a little bit low. That's probably not what's creating this issue. So let me take it for a ride. I want to feel what's actually happening, and then we're going to research those codes, see what I can find. Interesting to note, since I've restarted it, you can see the check engine light is no longer flashing. And it definitely feels smooth. So that's kind of odd that it went from rough to now it's smooth, and I do not feel that issue happening. Let me go into data, and I want to look and see if maybe if it records any like misfire type information. Like maybe it had something, I don't know. Let me save that. All right. Now, let me look around and see if I can't find Misfire information that I can use. Might be able to, might not be able to. So I pulled up cylinder total misfires. You got cylinder 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Total misfires 2, 2, 1, 1. So it's got a couple of little miscellaneous misfires here. Let me take it for a ride. Like I said, now it's running smooth. So let's go for a ride and see what she actually does. I wonder if it's just got a solenoid that's getting stuck, creating issues. I don't know. Gonna have to figure this out. Figure this one out. I think that's what I said. Okay. Okay, so road test went fine. And I just want to show you something because I accidentally shut the car off. But since I'm still on that graph, you can see they're all reading 0 now. But you could see the numbers on the end here. Like this one was up at like 13, 14. This is up at 14, 8. Now it's back down to 0. 5 back down to 0. 12 back down to 0. 12. And then it jumped up momentarily, went back down. Whoops, darn it, I'm not on it. I'm sorry. Let's do that again. You could see where it was, and then it goes to 0 where it was, went to 0 where it was, went to 0, so forth, so forth, so forth. Okay, so just so you see that. But you couldn't detect that really on a road test, those misfires. So I'm just wondering, I'm gonna go research this code, see if I can't figure out exactly what's going on. It's just a bit odd to me. Some of you guys that are Honda people, you may know about this. I don't know what it is. I've never run into this situation before. I got a funny feeling some kind of like variable valve timing situation is holding something on, not releasing. Maybe, what was the oil change history on this car? Like I said, I can't read that sticker. It is a little bit low on oil. So that kind of right away tells me, hey, maybe this thing wasn't maintained the way it's supposed to be maintained. I don't know. But that's kind of where I'm leaning towards. But let me go ahead and research some of this stuff, see what I come up with. So in researching the code there, I come to find out that rocker arm pressure switch B for bank 1. Well, it's B on bank 1, I mean. What happens is the switch itself, it's known for them things getting stuck. They get stuck because the lack of maintenance is a big one, and the fact that everything's working fine right now is telling me maybe I do have some gum buildup inside this motor. With the switch connected, I'm supposed to see that the switch is on if it was actually physically stuck on, but it's not. It was off. I have it disconnected. I'm not going to reconnect it right this second, but I want to show you something. So here you see it says off. I have it disconnected. It's that single wire in the back. But now I got a jumper wire here that's going to ground right there. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to jump this in here. Just trying to get it so maybe you can see what I'm doing. See there, it goes to on, and now it's running cruddy. See that? Disconnect it, it goes to off. So now, it is, actually you can look at that connector and you can see how much it's shaking. And now it's acting up. What I'm going to do, is I'm going to shut it down. See how bad it's shaking there. See, it's still reading off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut this down. And now the check engine light's flashing once again. What I'm going to do is, ooh, the AC's on. It's cold in here. Off. Wow, it is like really cold in here. And you notice the RPMs are up too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut this down. I'm going to cycle the key back on. That remained off. Let's go back. We're going to clear fault codes. Are you sure? Yes. Completed. Okay. Let's read fault code. No trouble codes. Perfect. This is what I wanted. And so now you see it idling normally again. Read fault code, no trouble code. Please exit. Hit exit. Let's go back to data stream. And where did I find that? Switch 1. Okay. And it's still showing off. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we probably have a bad switch. That is a known problem, that the switches go bad. And I also think it's a lack of maintenance on this, on the part of the owner of the vehicle. Like I said, the fact that the oil is low, you know, I don't know. But that's my guess into this whole thing. So I'm going to suggest a new switch, the sensor, whatever you want to call it, and changing the oil, because it's definitely overdue or something. Like I said, I could read 8454, and it's got 9616 is the last of the miles on there, but I can't tell if the first number is a 6 or 5. I think it might be. Like, so it was due basically a little over 1,000 miles ago, 1,200 miles ago. So, and it is low. You know, that's going to be my recommendation for this. So I don't know if the customer's going to want to fix it today. I can't speak. Don't know if the customer's going to want to fix it today, but we're going to find out. But that's going to end this video for now. So there it is again. Maintenance is very important. Make sure you pay attention to your oil levels and stuff like that. I'm going to have to make another video on that, because it's too often that I get people coming in with low oil, no oil, you name it, overfilled oil. You know, it's, you saw the overfilled oil one, right? So anyway, all right, that's going to be it for now. At least I know a direction I need to go on, and I know if that sensor is stuck, I know it's going to run cruddy. So, all right, guys. Hopefully you got something out of that video. If you did, hit that like button. If you could, please subscribe. All right, have a great day. Keep wrenching.